13:40. I don't know. We'll get everyone here. You're going to go ahead and go?
Good evening, everybody. It is Dave McKenzie and my partner Scott Hudson. We are at Carterville High School, the IHSA Class 3A Regional Tournament that is taking place here at the home of the Carterville Lions. And the Lions last night, Scott Hudson, an impressive 54-50 victory over a tough Massac County Patriots squad.
Very good game, very well-played game. Carterville had to hit 10 threes to secure the victory and some big free throws down the stretch. But Carterville played a very good game last night on both ends of the floor. Now they've got to up their intensity level up just a little bit tonight as they're taking on the number 1 seed Carbondale Terriers, who come into this game as a very athletic team, got good size, very young. But we'll find out in about 15-20 minutes if Carterville is going to be up to the task tonight.
Absolutely. They played back on December 17th. And talk about a difference in weather. When we went to Carbondale, there was ice and that was forming, and they started the game early because they were fear of icing over that night. And here tonight, we've got severe weather, a possibility throughout the region, and so it's just a difference. And it's kind of a metaphor for these two teams because these two teams are not the same two teams that met back in that 53-32 blowout win by the Terriers.
No, they're not at all. You know, Carterville's played much better since that game. Of course, Carbondale's without Winslow, one of their starters. He's out for the season, disciplinary reasons. And if I remember correctly, he was a player that really hurt Carterville in that first game. And Darius Bean, the 6'4 junior, who really had kind of a quiet game against Carterville in December, has really stepped up his game lately. He had over 30 points the other night in a win over Marion. But these two teams, as you said, are different teams than back in December. Carterville playing with a lot of confidence right now, riding that 2-game winning streak.
In that first game, you talk about Martin Winslow. He was the leading scorer for those Terriers in that game. He wound up with 21 points, and he was dominant against the Lions. And as you said, not with the Terriers here tonight being able to play. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale is proud to be locally owned and operated community bank. You can stop by and visit their friendly and professional staff at the Carterville Banking Center. It's located at 200 West Plaza Drive, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Last night, the Lions get an impressive win over Massac County. Massac, one of the hottest teams of late the last 2 to 3 weeks of the regular season, as they had knockoff wins twice of Heron Tigers, Harrisburg Bulldogs, El Dorado Eagles, who were the 6th-ranked team in the state at the time, and they were playing well. And Carterville gets beat on a last-second shot by Chris Miller. But last night, different ball game. Carterville played well. Defense was good. Got the key shots. Got the massive rebounds, and hit their free throws to close out the game.
Yeah, Blake Jackson did a great job from the outside, hitting threes all night long. Carterville really had to play an outside game, if you will, because Taylor Heil was doubled, sometimes triple teamed on the inside. It was obvious to me that Massac County was not going to let Taylor Heil beat them, that it was going to have to be the guards and forwards. And Carterville got enough threes and enough big free throws down the stretch to hang on for the win.
We're going to go on and take a break. I had a chance to talk to head coach Shane Hawkins a few moments ago and talk about these Carbondale Terriers and his Carterville Lions. It's the Lions and the Terriers coming up on News Radio WJPF. Let's go two here in coach's interview, and then straight back to me.
They may go ahead and start this game early because of the weather.
It's going to be about 3 minutes early, if anything, I think. 9. So it's almost on time. What do you mean message? Yeah, I try not to. I feel pretty good now. Hello, YouTube. How are you? Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Are we at home or on the road tonight? Blues.
They're at home.
The new guy with them tonight?
No, I think he went down to Chicago.
Did they go on and complete it officially?
Yeah, there was more players involved late last night. We got another 27-year-old kid that was in their minor league system, and we sent them back their goalie that we got from them in the Oshie trade, that Phoenix Copley.
Yeah.
We got a first this year, a second next year, then another conditional pick. So we basically got 3 picks out of it, plus this kid who some say he's got a lot of upside. He's 6'4", 220. So
There you have it. Head coach Shane Hawkins talking about the Carbondale Terriers. It was Carbondale. They come into the game 19-8 on the season, Scott. They finished second in the South 7, but they are not the same team that we faced back in December, as they've had a couple of players that are no longer with the team. One that is hurt that we've talked about, but these Carterville Lions are a completely different team as well. This is a team that over the course of the last 2 to 3 weeks of the season has really come together as a group, and you can see that they finally have bought into the Shane Hawkins style of coaching, And you can't really blame them for taking so long, as it's their third coach in 3 years. It takes a while to develop that chemistry.
Carterville's mindset is a lot different. And I go back to the Pinckneyville game where Carterville had lost by 3 points. We talked to Shane Hawkins after the game, and he said, I told the kids, I said, you're good enough to beat teams like this. You're good enough to win a conference, but you just have to believe in yourselves. And I think that from that game forward against Heron and then last night against Massac County, 2 very close games against 2 good teams, Carterville found a way to win those games. So I think it's a mindset for the Carterville kids. They had to try to regroup when Luke Ford was no longer going to be with them. I think they're past that. I think tonight, Carbondale probably wants to turn this thing into a track meet. Carterville wants to turn this thing into a marathon. If Carterville can play the half-court game and slow Carbondale down, I think Carbondale could get frustrated. But if Carbondale is allowed to get up and down the floor at will, that could be a long night for Carterville.
Carbondale Terriers come out of the locker room just a couple of minutes before we get into the pregame ceremonies, the starting lineups, and the national anthem here this evening. The Lions come out of the locker room led by Coach Hawk's son and Cody Rector out on the points. They'll go through some final warm-ups, and then they'll head to the bench. Should be a dandy ball game. I really like where this Lions club is right now. I posted on Facebook a little bit earlier today, guys, you belong here. You belong in this situation, and hopefully that they buy in. And can you imagine what a win over these Carbondale Terriers tonight could do for the psyche of this ball team?
Well, it sends shockwaves through Southern Illinois, I can tell you that, with Carbondale, a perennial 3A school, getting knocked out in their first game. I think for Carterville, and I said this last night after the game, Carterville has to treat this game, go out and play loose and free. There's no pressure on you. All the pressure's on Carbondale. They're expected to win. Go out, outwork Carbondale, and I'm talking about for the 50-50 balls, on the boards, out-rebound Carbondale. And if you can stay close, if you can stay within striking distance in the fourth quarter, you've got a shot to win this game.
This is the first of 2 semifinal games here in this 3A regional. Game 2, or actually Game 3 of the tournament, but the second semifinal will take place tomorrow night. Same here, same bat time, same bat channel, as the Marion Wildcats are going to be taking on the Benton Rangers, and the winner of that game will go on to face the winner of this game on Friday night here for the regional championship, and that should be a dandy ball game tomorrow night. And we are going to live stream that game tomorrow night on our YouTube channel, and we'll post all the link information coming up tomorrow. Both teams are heading to the sidelines. We're just a couple of minutes away from the tip-off here in this first semifinal game of the Carterville Regional, and we're just a couple of minutes away from the national anthem as well. And don't forget, you can watch the game on YouTube. If you head to YouTube and just search Carterville Lions versus Carbondale Terriers, I think it's regional semifinal, and that'll get you right to it. Or you can head to cartervillelionathletics.org and find the link right there. We're going to go on and take a break. When we come back, we got the starting lineups and the tip-off. It's the Carbondale Terriers and your Carterville Lions next on News Radio WJPF. This is the anthem.
After this one, please.
Back at Carterville High School at State McKenzie with Scott Hudson, where we just wrapped up the national anthem. Ready for the starting lineups here between the Carbondale Terriers and your Carterville Lions. Of course, the Lions are going to be the road team once again. They like playing in those blue uniforms. They play well all season, and they're very happy to be in the blue uniforms. They're getting the starting lineups announced first this evening. It's going to be Grant Garby, number 32, the 6'3 junior forward. Also will be Taylor Howell, the 6'6 senior forward for the Lions. Number 50, Blake Jackson, 15 points in the win last night, all on three-pointers. He was hot. He wears number 3. He's a senior. And then you have Justin Johnson, who had that dagger shot late in the game to ice it for the Lions against Massac. And then the point guard that hit the free throws to ice the game. That's a talented group of ball players out there.
Well, they're playing very well together right now. And there's been time this year where this Carterville team, although they were very talented, did not play well together. Now things are starting to come around for the Lions. And, of course, this is the best time of the year to be playing your best ball in the postseason.
We like to say they're starting to click.
Yes.
That's a special term there.
That
one's in the handbook, right?
Now, I'll tell you something else. If Carterville wins this game tonight, I will petition Carterville High School to do away with white uniforms next year. No more white uniforms.
We'll just wear the
blue all the time.
Yeah, I agree. We'll do that. Carterville cheerleaders get the opening welcome cheer to the home fans on the far side from us, from our perch here in the quarter. And now the Carbondale Terriers, they are the number 1 seed in this bracket. Man, what a talented, or what a great season they've had. 19-8. They were second in the South 7, and just a very talented squad. And here's the other thing. They're young. They're going to be back next year.
No senior starters. 3 juniors, a sophomore, and a freshman. They're quick. They're athletic. Bean, the brother of Anthony Bean, can shoot the ball if you leave him open. It's going to be a tall task for the Lions tonight, but you know what? They don't play this game on paper. They play it on the court, and anything can happen.
They're going to start 6'4 junior guard forward Caney Acree tonight. He wears number 11. Number 14 is the 5'6 guard, Austin Relford. Number 23, James Baltz, the 6'2 forward center. He's a freshman that is starting. Then you have Darius Bean that Scott just talked about, the 6'4 junior, wears number 25, and then Seth Owsley, the 5'10 junior guard forward. So it'll be Acree, Relford, Baltz, Bean, and Owsley, the starting 5 for the Carbondale Terriers. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Certified York dealer. They service all brands. Call 985-2502, or you can even go online. Go to charliesairconditioningandheating.com.
Well, I think emotion and the intensity of this game will start out favoring Carterville. They've got a game under their belt already. They played last night, but at what point, if at all, does having played last night affect you in the third or fourth quarter? I think Carterville has a chance to upset Carbondale, but they've got to play well on both ends of the floor, and more importantly, stay out of foul trouble.
I think the first 4 minutes of this game are going to be the most important. Can you weather the storm, see where you're at, and then you can fire from there. It is going to be Darius Bean jumping against Taylor Howe, and the Carterville Lions control the tip. Thank you for tuning in to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. Carterville moving left to right in their road blue uniforms as they are the visiting team tonight. And Carbondale matches up man-to-man to start this game defensively. Brendan Beasley, top of the key, gives it to Blake Jackson. He gets it to Justin Johnson, to Beasley across the free throw lane. Gives it up to Jackson, fakes the headshot 3, and gives it to Johnson now. Kind of a fast pace, but moving the ball around. The ball's tipped out of bounds, but saved by Beasley. Johnson gets it to Garby, left corner. Back to Beasley. Heil was wide open in the paint, but they missed him. Jackson has it, back to Heil. He takes it to the low block, swing pass over to the left, back to Beasley. Carterville showing great patience here and great ball movement.
Not forcing anything.
Into Heil, they leave it to Garby. Now Johnson's open for three, and out, no good. Heil rebound, put back is good.
Who else would be crashing the boards but Taylor Heil? Big stick back, Carterville leads 2-0.
They ran almost 2 minutes off of that clock in that opening possession. So it's Carbondale basketball. Kenny Acree wears number 11. He's out top. He runs the point, apparently, for these Terriers here in this game. Shake and bake, top of the key. The shot from Relaford is good from three on the left wing. He buries it. It's 3-2 Carbondale.
Well, anything they can get out of Relaford is icing on the cake because their big scorers are Acree and Bean.
Relaford picks up Beasley defensively. Full courts, but Beasley breaks the timeline. Carterville has it in the front court. Beasley brings it right side to Blake Jackson. Jackson looks inside, gets the pick from Heil. Back, give and go to Heil. He has the ball stripped from behind, throws it up to the rim, gets his rebound, banks it back up. That's hard work by Taylor Heil.
Man, oh man, oh man. 2 offensive rebounds on that possession.
4-3. Carterville with the 1-point lead. We have just under 6 minutes left in this opening quarter. That is Kenny Acree, top of the key, gets the pick, takes it to the right elbow, jumps from there. Little 12-footer is good for Acree.
Yeah, you've got to force him outside a little more. If he gets inside 10, he's deadly.
Just so tall, man, and he can just
Almost
lay it in from there.
Yeah.
Carterville has it, and we have a hand foul on the Terriers. It's going to be on number 14. That's Austin Relaford for the Terriers. That's the first foul, the first team foul on Carbondale. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters. Carterville Lions Sports. 5-4, Terriers the 1-point lead. Grant Garby wears number 32, turns it over. That's the first turnover on the Lions as it is a layup from Darius Bean, his first point of the game. It's 7-4 Terriers.
Now, you cannot let them go on a run or they can really make it hard for Carterville to come back.
3 minutes in, Carterville down 3, 7-4. We talked about the first 4 minutes of this game. Carterville's not let him get out on the run yet, but don't turn it over again. Blake Jackson leaves it for Heil. Over to Beasley in the paint. They work it around. Now back to Beasley, guarded by Relaford. Heil has it outside the three-point line, gives it to Brendan Beasley. Gets the pick, leaves it for Garby. Garby takes it top of the circle to Jackson. He fakes the three, backs it down. Heil has it on the baseline. Now Beasley's open. He's going to fire from three, no good. Rebound comes off to Acree. Carbondale on the run. Acree takes it.
They're going to call a block on Justin Johnson. And Acree will go to the free throw line. Shoot two.
JJ, man, he'll stick his head right in there. And 3/4 of the time he gets the charge.
Well, he's a football player.
He's a football player. That's exactly right. And truthfully, he's the only football player out there on that field on the floor right now. So Acree's at the line, shooting two, makes the first one. So it's 8-4 with 4:22 left here in the opening quarter. Shane Hawkins yelling instructions. Good crowd. Good Carterville crowd on the far side. Carbondale traveled the whole 6 miles. That's a good crowd.
Yeah.
Made the trip up. Second one is good. So it's a 9-4 5-point lead for the Terriers. 4:17 in this opening quarter clock. Beasley breaks the timeline. Gets it to Blake Jackson. He's floating toward the right side. Gets the pick from Heil. Wants to drive the baseline, leaves it for Heil. Down low to Johnson. He works his way in. His shot is partially blocked, and Carbondale comes off on the run. It's the layup is blocked by Heil. The ball is back to the Terriers. It comes out to Acree. He misses his shot. There's a battle on the boards, and Dylan Moore comes up for it, and the ball is tipped, but Beasley controls. Nice job defensively by the Lions. Carterville has it in the front court. Jackson down low to Johnson. Johnson wants to shoot, but doesn't. Gets it to Heil, back to Johnson. 4-3, in, out, no good. Ball's tipped away, and it is Carbondale basketball. Quickly, it's Bean. Takes it to the free throw line. Backs it out. Carbondale's going to reset. It is Acree. Gets it over to Owsley. Seth Owsley for the Terriers. Now it is Bean. Bean, the 12-foot jumper. No good. Rebound comes off to Taylor Heil. 3:08. It's a 5-point lead. 9-4. Carterville could use a score here. Beasley hands it to Moore. Moore to Taylor Heil. They work it around toward the left side. Beasley toward the left wing. He's guarded by Relaford. Now back to Blake Jackson here on the right side. 2:45 on this opening quarter clock. Johnson fires from 3 off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound comes off. Kenny Acree. He's going to slow it down, loses the handle, gets it to Owsley. Back. They work it to Bean, top of the key. To Acree, number 11, shoots from the left elbow, and it's good for the Terriers.
Well, the difference in this game so far, Dave, Carterville's come out shooting cold. They've missed their last 4 shots in the field. They've all been good shots. They just can't get them to go.
Good looks, open looks, and that's what you have to ask for. They'll start falling, hopefully. Carterville has it. Blake Jackson toward the right wing. He's guarded by Relaford. Top of the circle to Dylan Moore. Back to Blake Jackson. Jackson now to Johnson. He was open for the 3, passed up the shot, gets it to Jackson. Now they get it to Beasley. He hops, skips, jumps, turns it over, and they throw it out of bounds. It's controlled by Relaford. He tried to hit Beasley with the ball, but it's going to be Carterville basketball.
And Carbondale's playing a man-to-man, so it's very hard for Carterville's guards to get an open look because every time they look up, there's a big, long, lanky player right in their face.
Martise Pennick checks in for the Terriers. The 3 ball from Blake Jackson is in, out, no good. He was hitting those last night. Here comes Kenny Acree. Gets it off to Bean, 4-3 from the left wing, no good. Rebound is up, and it is Pennick that gets the rebound. Somehow the ball is on the floor, and Carterville is going to control. We'll call that a turnover on the Terriers. Here come the Lions. Beasley, top of the circle, over to Blake Jackson. Gives it back to Beasley. Beasley across the free throw line. Backs it up a little bit. 1:20. It's an 11-4 Terrier lead. Carterville needs a basket right here. Taylor Heil, right baseline. Back to Johnson. Now to Moore. Moore gives it back to Johnson to Heil. The catch, the cutting Johnson. He loses the handle. It's a turnover on the Lions.
Yeah, Johnson was headed towards the baseline, and Heil just let him a little bit too far towards out of bounds, and that's only Carterville's second turnover. But when you're having trouble scoring from the field like Carterville is right now, those turnovers seem like 2 or 3.
Yeah. Well, it's 4 points right there. We're talking about points off turnovers at a minimum. It's a 4-point. Could hurt you by 4. Carbondale has it. We're under a minute to go, 47 seconds, as it is Owsley. Gets it over to Bean. Bean has it now. That was Acree with the basketball. Now Bean gets the pick, takes it to the free throw line, drives down the lane, and is able to get the little right-hand runner. He's got 4 in this game, 13-4. A 9-point lead for the Terriers. Blake Jackson, his shot, takes it to the racket. He's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, if they're going to give you the opening towards the basket, you got to take it. And Blake did a very good job of recognizing that, and he's going to go to the free throw line and try to get Carterville's a Carterville point, which they haven't had in quite some time.
First free throw from Blake Jackson is right down the middle. 5th point for the Carterville Lions, 13-5, 22 seconds left in this opening quarter of this Lions broadcast, brought to you by Crystal's Catering and more than you expected, more memorable for your guests. Go to their website, crystalsgoodfood.com, for more information. The second one from Jackson, rims out, no good. Johnson's there, but he tips it out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Terriers. They've got a chance to close out the quarter with another bucket.
Yeah, Carterville needs a defensive stop here. You go in at the end of the first, shooting poorly, and only down by 8. That's not bad.
Darius Bean is going to bring the ball across the timeline. 15 seconds on the clock. Needs to get it across, finally does. Carterville looking for the trap. They don't get it. He breaks it. They work it over to the right side. That is Acree. Takes it, drops it down low. Turns it around. He throws it at the rim. The putback, no good. Carterville with the basketball. 0.4 seconds, and we have a foul on the Carbondale Terriers.
Heil got the defensive rebound. Unfortunately, he will not be going to the line, and Carterville has 0.4 seconds to do something.
That foul is on Kenny Acree, his first, the third team foul. Can Carterville score with 0.4 seconds? Let's find out. No, they cannot as we end the first quarter. It is 13-5, the Terriers with the lead. We're heading to the second. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Back at Carterville High School, we're heading to the second quarter. It's a 13-5 Terrier lead here in this ball game.
Carterville only shot 20% in that first quarter, 42% for Carbondale.
Going to need more points than that, fellas.
Yep.
Going to have to find a way. Put the ball in the hole as it is Acree looks toward head coach Jim Miller. He's going to take it to the right elbow, kicks it over to Pinnock. Pinnock now to Bean. Bean back to Pinnock toward the right wing. Left-hand dribble to Acree down on the right corner. Brings it to the elbow. Leaves it left side for Relaford. Now they get it back out top of the key. That is Darius Bean. To Relaford to Acree. Acree left side, left wing to Martese Pinnock, who is in the game for the Terriers. To Relaford. Now they work it right side. That is James Baltz. It's in the game. The three ball from Acree is good to start the third quarter. It's a 16-5 lead, an 11-point lead.
Carbondale has come out on fire.
Carterville basketball. They're going to have to pick up the pace offensively. Get something to fall. Whatever it is, it gets him going. Johnson's going to fire from three. It's off the back of the iron. No good. The rebound comes off to Martese Pinnock. Quickly, Relaford into the front court. Gets it to Baltz. Back to Relaford, now top of the key. That is Bean. Left-hand dribble guarded by Blake Jackson. That's a zone defense by the Lions right now. Going to force Carbondale to shoot it from the outside. Bean has it, shake and bake, left wing. Takes it to the top of the key, and we have a timeout that is called by head coach Jim Miller. This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. It has new online mortgage center, so you can check rates and apply for a mortgage anytime. For more information on the Bank of Carbondale's online mortgage center, go to their website, tboc.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, and all loans are subject to credit approval.
Well, the shots that were falling for Carterville last night aren't falling here in the first half. Carterville's had numerous open shots, and they just can't get them to go. On the other end, Carbondale, very athletic, very quick. They can all shoot the ball. When you have a point guard in Acree who's 6'4", he just makes it tough to guard him because you don't want him to kill you on the inside, yet you have to come out, and Taylor Hall's guarding him. Taylor Hall's having to come out and play on the perimeter defensively. Just a tough matchup.
So it is 16-5. Carbondale with the basketball. As they work it around to the right side. That is Relaford toward the right baseline. Now they get it to Owsley, who's back into the ballgame. Relaford fires from three off the back of the iron. No good. He goes out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
One thing a zone does, it makes the other team have to work a little harder, think a little more, offensively, and it may not be the best strategy with their outside shooters, but when you're down by 11, you got to try something different.
So Carterville has it. Beasley to Blake Jackson on the right wing. Dylan Valerius. There we go. That's how you combine those two names. Now it's Blake Jackson. He is guarded by Owsley to Beasley. Top of the key. Takes it to the left side with the left-hand dribble. He's guarded by Darius Bean. Beasley to Blake Jackson. Fakes the three. No bite defensively. Valerius now wants to get it to Johnson, who's on the left baseline toward the corner. The ball is tipped away. That's the third turnover on the Lions. Carbondale has it. Cross the midcourt. That is Bean. Between the leg circle. Finds it near side. Gets it to Owsley. The ball is on the floor. Goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it's off of the Lions. It's going to belong to the Terriers.
Yeah, Johnson went down to retrieve it and knocked it out of bounds. I'm not so sure it wasn't going to go out of bounds anyway, but
hit off his knee, it looked like.
Yeah.
So Bean has it, gives it to Owsley. Seth Owsley takes it into the paint, kick out pass to Relaford, fires from three, no good. Rebound is controlled by the Terriers. They're going to get another opportunity. You can't give them those opportunities to score again. They get the pick on the right side, 4:52 remaining in the first half. Over to Owsley, drives the left baseline, throws it up, no good. There's Heil with the rebound. Carterville can score here. They're down 11. It's 16-5. Now Carbondale's a little cold here in this second quarter. That is Heil to Jackson. Drives down the lane, floats it up toward the rim. No good. Rebound comes off to Owsley. Carbondale's on the run. That is Bean. Takes it to the elbow. Kick out to Relaford. Passes up the shot. Now that is Acree that shoots no good. Heil with the rebound for your Lions. 4:17 left in the half. Beasley takes it to the elbow. Got away with the travel, I think. But the shot from Heil, a high floater over the top is good. That's the first bucket for Carterville. 5 minutes.
Well, they've missed their last 7 shots from the field until that one.
So it's 16-7. Terriers with the lead. Owsley, top of the circle, gives it to over to the right side. Carterville like to get the trap, but they back down. They're still in that zone, playing man-to-man matchup on Bean, who's over on the right side. Valerius has him, going to try and shut him down defensively. He did a nice job defensively last night, late in the game against Massac. Wide open is Relaford for three off the iron, no good. Heil with the rebound. Carterville another chance to dig into this lead. 16-7. They're down. 3:25 left. Heil's shot is up, no good. He's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot two.
Carbondale has gone cold in this second quarter. After starting the second quarter with a big three, they have missed their last 5 shots in the field, which is giving Carterville an opportunity to get back into this ball game.
That foul is on James Baltz, his first. Heil is at the line shooting free throws, and he makes the first.
Carterville's just got to keep chipping away.
They're playing good defense.
Yep, got to keep chipping away. Take advantage of turnovers that you may get. And the big thing is when Carbondale does miss a shot, do not give them second and third opportunities.
Or turn it over. Second from Heil is good. 4 points here in this quarter. He's got 8 for the game. 16-9. Carterville down. 3:15 left in the half. The shot from Bean is good from about 12. Man, he's sweet.
Not much you can do about that. Carterville had 3 guys around him.
And goes up over the top and just strokes it home. Jackson has it, leaves it for Beasley. He wants to shoot, but he backs it up and is going to work it around between the circles. 2:55 left here in the half. It's Beasley, drives the lane. His pass is tipped away, but he gets it back, gets it to Moore. Moore was wide open in that left corner. They'll reset. Beasley has it. Takes it, leaves it for Dylan Moore. He dribbles, gives it to Jackson toward the left wing. He takes it to the elbow. Bump and foul, no, nothing called. They get the outlet pass down to Mr. Bean, and he misses the layup, but he's fouled. I think it was JJ that got a hand on him, and he's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Have you ever been to a dog track, Dave McKenzie, and watched the Greyhounds come out of the box?
Actually have.
That's just what I just saw from Carbondale.
I'm telling you, they are fast.
When they got that rebound, it was get it and go, baby.
One pass, and that's all it took. First free throw from Bean is good. 19-9, a 10-point lead. 2:32 remaining here in the first half. Second from Bean on the way. It's good. 11-point lead. Back to an 11-point lead for the Terriers. Shane Hawkins raises his hand, sets the play for the Lions. Beasley drives it down the left baseline. His little reverse layup is good. Got to take advantage of those situations.
Just got to keep chipping away.
Down 9, 20-11. Terrier basketball. The ball comes off to Baltz. Backs it around. Swing pass over toward the right side. That is Acree. Down. Gets it to, let's see, that is Baltz. And the three ball from Acree is good.
That's their third of the game, and Acree is on fire.
And his second three-pointer in a row, and that's all been here in the second quarter. 1:42 remaining. Moore is wide open on the left baseline, and we've got a foul that is called. That is going to be on Acree, his second. That's important. That's an important foul there.
The one thing that impresses me about Carbondale as well, when it looks like Carterville has broken the defense down and they find a wide open guy on the wing or the corner, they are so quick to react to that pass that the guy that we thought was open is no longer open.
Acree comes to the bench, going to get a breather, 1:35 remaining in this game. He's got 12 points so far. That three ball is good from Blake Jackson. Good to see him finally get going. Maybe he can get things heated up.
Well, that's 3 straight baskets by the Lions.
23-14, 1:15 left here in the half. Carbondale is set to slow it down. Jim Miller stands with his hands on his hips in front of the Lions bench. Working our way towards 60 seconds. A wide open lane, but they back it up. That is Bean that controls now. It was Relaford that had the lane open, but they're going to slow and hold for the final shot. No, they're not. As Bean, he just launches it. Was that a three ball?
No, that was not a three.
Okay, just making sure. It's 25-14, back to an 11-point lead. Carterville, will they hold for the final shot? Dylan Moore, left wing, to Justin Johnson. Hands it off to Blake Jackson. Shake and bake. He leaves it for Johnson. He works it left side. Now Dylan Moore left wing to Beasley. Top of the key. Backs it up toward midcourt. 23 seconds. 25-14. Carbondale with the 11-point lead. Can the Lions cut it to within 10 heading to the half? We'll see. We've got 10 seconds left. They'll move now toward the rack. Johnson, top of the circle, 7 seconds. Lob pass for Heil, tipped away. Bean has it. He's going to have a chance to launch it. Top of the key, puts it up. No good. 25-14, that is the score. We're heading to the half. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 3 here, please. 3.
Blues are up 1-0.
Cool. Hey, YouTube. Sorry, kind of zoning there. It was nice and quiet. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Glad to have you. We're on the radio, so it's not pretty when you have to look at us on camera, especially Scott.
Well, I think they found out about the first game of the football season why we are on radio.
I think you're right. We're back here at Carterville High School. It is the semifinal, the first semifinal game of this Carterville Lions regional, and at the half, it's Carbondale Terriers 25-14. Scott, I think it's safe to say Carterville should be very happy that they're not down 20 at the half.
Yeah, Carterville only shot 33% from the field in that first half. Carterville only had 5 field goals, one of those a 3. 41% shooting for Carbondale. They really had an off shooting quarter in that second, although they did have a couple of threes. Rebounding, Carbondale out-rebounded the Lions 11-9. They were led by Acree with 4. Taylor Howell already with 8 rebounds in this game. Carterville 5 turnovers, only 1 turnover for Carbondale. I think you talked about the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game being critical. When you're down by 11 to a team like Carbondale, the first 3 or 4 minutes of this third quarter is going to be critical to Carterville. If they can make a little bit of a push, cut that deficit down to maybe 6 or 7 points, then you might have a ball game. But you cannot let Carbondale come out strong in the third.
You talk about Taylor Howell. He's got 8 rebounds for the Lions. He also has 8 points, and he's the leading scorer for them. It's Blake Jackson. He's got 4, and the only other points came from Brendan Beasley on a little layup that he had in the second quarter. Carterville scores 14 points. Man, it's becoming a habit sometimes, these low-scoring halves that they have in these games here late in the season.
Yeah, you really can't figure it out because, you look at some games like Heron, Pinckneyville, and some others where Carterville really shot the ball well from the field, even last night. Even though Carterville shot like 36% from the field last night, they made 10 threes. They hit some big shots from the outside. And they've had good looks in this first half, but they just have not been able to get those shots to go. Carbondale, though, they're man-to-man. They are so quick to get to the ball that it's very hard for Carterville to get an open look, especially in that second quarter.
This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Certified York dealer, they service all brands. Call 985-2502, or you can even go to their website. Go online, visit charliesairconditioningandheating.com. As you look at the scoring for the Carbondale Terriers, they are led by Gainey Acree. He's got 12 of their 25, and then Darius Bean has 10. So those two, just like they have been for the last few games, doing the majority of the scoring, and they're scoring from everywhere. From inside the paint, outside, they're launching threes. They are not afraid to put the ball toward the hole.
Well, Acree is a mismatch for any team they play. Yes. I don't care if it's Class 1A or 6A. His size, his ability to handle the ball like a guard and penetrate like a guard, and then go inside and play like a big man. It's just, there's not a whole lot you can do. Carterville went to a zone to try to slow them down a little bit, and it worked. I think Carbondale, sometimes they want to get it and go, and when they have to be patient on offense, I think sometimes they get a little frustrated. But Acree and Bean, they are two dynamic players, and Carterville's going to have their hands full in the second half.
You know they're going to get their points. You just kind of hope you can contain them just a little bit, that they don't get carried away, because they can get carried away in a heartbeat. And but you have to take advantage for the Lions. They are going to have to take advantage of every possession in this second half. They need points every time down the floor, whether it's a 2, a 3, or if they get fouled and go to the line and get some free throws. That's what it's going to take to climb back in this game.
Well, what even makes it tougher is Carterville's having to run a lot of time off the clock before they can get a good look. And when you're down by 11, the clock's not on your side.
Right.
So you've got to treat every possession like gold in the second half, and you've got to get some defensive stops. You've got to be able to come up with some turnovers. Carbondale with only 1 turnover in that first half. Carterville's got to do a better job there as well.
Second semifinal of this tournament is going to take place tomorrow night. It's going to be the Benton Rangers against the Marion Wildcats. 7 o'clock is the game time, and we're going to have the game right here on YouTube on the live stream for you as well. Tomorrow I'll post the link on our Facebook and our Twitter accounts so you'll know who to talk to or where to go to. And so we appreciate you tuning in, but we'll have the game on our YouTube live stream only here for you tomorrow night. We're going to go on and take a break. When we come back, we have second half action. It's all next on News Radio WJPF. I think we can go 2 here, Robert.
I think that cable's long enough you can hold the phone out.
Let's make this the last one. Make this the last one.
Can you give me a shout out?
I will. Go back and watch this.
How's everybody?
Great. Doing great.
Back at Carterville High School on a Tuesday night as we're at the half getting ready to start second half action. Got to give a shout out to my buddy Pablo. You come up here. Is this live? Is this live? Yeah, we're live.
You did tell him he has to pay us a fee to do that, right?
He'll pay. Believe me. He'll pay. This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. They're in their new location, 209 West Commercial Drive. You say, where's that at? Go to Tequila's. They're right next door. They offer in-house embroidery. They also do brochures, logos, posters, as well as vinyl signs and decals. You can find them online. Visit artworkscustomgraphics.com. Second half action ready to go. What do you think?
Well, Lions get the ball first. They've got to hit those outside shots, and they've got to play good defense. They really need to. Going into the fourth, Carterville needs to be down by less than double digits to have a chance.
I agree. And preferably within 5, I think.
I'll take it right now.
Absolutely. Beasley has it. They're moving. Lions are moving right to left. The shot from the left corner, no good by Jackson. Here come the Terriers. Bean quickly into the front court, drives the left baseline, floats the pass out to the other side. Carterville's going to work it around the perimeter. Darius Bean, left-hand dribble. Right wing, takes it into the paint, throws it at the rim, gets the layup. Man, that was a pretty shot.
Not a lot of high school kids can do what we just saw.
No, they can't. I've tried.
Yes, and you ended up in traction.
I did. Dr. John loves me. Blake Jackson has it in the paint. Beasley's going to fire from 3 off the iron, no good. Carterville just ice cold there in this game. 7 minutes left. Quickly, it is the shot from Acree, no good. The tip back up, and we've got a foul on Taylor Heil, who I think took a shot to the nose. Now they're going to say the foul.
I don't think he was shooting.
They're saying he was shooting too.
Okay. I thought it was after the shot had been released, but
what do you know?
Obviously not very much. That's why I don't wear the striped shirt.
So at the line is Baltz. He's shooting 2.
But I do play an official on game nights.
That's true. 28-14, a 14-point lead. Going to have to see something happen here for your Lions. They're going to hang in here. The second from Baltz is good. It's a 29-14 lead. Carterville basketball. Remember, it was a 21-point victory for the Terriers back on December 17th. It was icing and freezing up that night. Severe weather in the area are expected this evening. We have a foul by the Carbondale Terriers. I think that's going to be on Relaford, his second, the first team foul on the Terriers here in this half. 29-14. Justin Johnson to Beasley. Over to the right side, Blake Jackson. He takes it, drives it, leaves it for Heil. He drives down the lane. His shot is blocked, and we've got a foul. And Taylor Heil is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, they're going to call a block on Bean. So Heil will go to the free throw line. Heil has 8 rebounds in the game.
And he's hit all 3 of his free throws taken so far. That's the first point for the Lions here in the second half. Heil's second on the way. It's good. That's a good omen when you're hitting your free throws. Down 13, Carbondale basketball. Swing pass over to Owsley. Gets it to Relaford. Now they back to Owsley. Leaves it for Acree. The pass ball is turned over, thrown away. As a matter of fact, Carterville can cut into this lead a little bit more. Justin Johnson's wide open. Passes it off, though, to Heil. Left elbow to Blake Jackson. Left wing. He's going to launch it off the iron. No good. Rebound controlled by James Balta of the Terriers. He gets it to Bean. He brings it across the timeline. Takes it into the paint. Smooth move. His spin move. He's fouled on the shot. Will go to the line and shoot 2.
I know this is easier said than done, but when Bean has the ball, if he's on the perimeter, once he starts his drive, you've got to stop that and force him to pass the ball. Once he gets in the paint, I don't care if you've got 3 guys there, he's going to elevate over you and make that shot.
Bean is shooting 2. First one is good. Man, he's just so smooth.
Yep.
Makes it look so easy.
Carterville's missed their first 3 shots from the field to start this third quarter. All good looks, just won't go down.
Second free throw is good as well. 31-16. Your Lions better figure something out here quick. Heil has it, gets it to Beasley. Over to Heil, drives down the lane, left-hand layup, no good. Rebound comes off to Katie Acree. They are on the run. They get it to the right side. That's Bean. Little 8-0. He swings it over to the far side. Owsley leaves it for Acree, and his shot is good. We have a timeout that is called by Shane Hawkins. It is going to be a full timeout. We'll take a break as well. It's 33-16, Terriers over the Lions. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 60.
And they got all these kids coming back next year.
I know. They are going to be so good.
Well, I say this summer, you go to Carbondale. We offer money.
See if they'll come over.
We'll do like the colleges do. We'll offer money and women. See if we can get them to come over here.
Five and a half minutes left in the third quarter. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. Thank you for tuning in here to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. It's brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Carterville basketball, the length of the floor to go. Taylor Heil inbounds it to Johnson, gets it back to Heil. Full court pressure being applied by the Terriers. 33-16. Carterville breaks the timeline, gets it to Beasley. They need points, whatever it is. 1, 2, or 3. They'll take whatever they can get right now as Jackson fires from 3, in, out, no good. Rebound controlled by Bean for the Terriers. Takes it to the length of the floor, has the ball stripped. Beasley comes out of it. That's a turnover on the Terriers. Their second here in the half. Carterville basketball. Johnson to Dylan Moore. Over to Beasley. Left corner drives. Leaves it down low for Heil, and it's tipped away. Beasley comes out of it, though. Moore is open for 3 off the iron. No good, and it's going to belong to the Terriers.
They're going to call a foul
on Blake Jackson.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. My bad.
That's kind of the way the night's gone for Carterville.
They were both going for the ball, and they kind of were chest bumping, both going after the ball. 4:42 left, 33-16. Terriers with big lead. They had the basketball, moving left to right. They're the home team here this evening in the home whites. Going to work around the perimeter. Jim Miller saying we're going to be a little patient now. It's the third quarter. We'll take some time off the clock. Carterville content to set back in this zone. They're going to change positions. JJ's going out top, put some pressure on Mr. Acree. Bean drives it, is able to bank it, no good, and we have a charging foul that is called on Darius Bean, his second to third team foul on the Terriers. And it was Taylor Heil, I believe, that stood in there and took that charge.
3 turnovers now for Carbondale, but it hasn't made a difference in the game because Carterville has not scored in this third quarter from the field.
Foul is on Relaford, his third for the Terriers. He checks out, heads to the bench. Carterville basketball. Beasley steps across midcourt. He's guarded by Pinnock. Justin Johnson, Taylor Heil comes out above the three-point line. Over to Beasley toward the right wing. Gets the pick from Johnson. Takes it into the paint. Floats a shot up. He's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot two. However you got to get the points, go do it.
Yeah, and if you can get him with a clock stop, that's even better.
As the foul is on James Baltz, his second, the fifth team foul, and Beasley will shoot 2 free throws here with 3:52 remaining. 33-16. Now it's 33-17 as Beasley hits the first.
Carbondale squandered a 20-point lead the other night to Marion. Still came away with a victory, but maybe Carbondale might get a little complacent here.
Second from Beasley is good. Just let your guard down a little bit. You got to think that fatigue settles in on Bean and on Acree, but they get the ball down low. That is Acree with the rebound. His shot is up, no good. He's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot two. But they've not come off the floor except for just maybe 45 seconds. So you have to wonder if late in the game, fatigue starts to set in. Maybe you got an opportunity to make a move.
Yeah, perfect example of athletic ability on that play. They missed the shot, miss a bunny on the inside. Carterville there for the rebound, but Acree just reaches over those long arms over the top of one of the Carterville players and gets a rebound and gets fouled. Just not a lot you can do about that.
34-18 as Acree makes the first of his free throws. Second one is in the air. It's good. Man, they got a good free throw stroke too. They can do it all.
Yeah.
Inside, outside, make their free throws.
Imagine if they had a true big man.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah. They're going to be tough for a couple of years. I'm impressed with these Terriers. Turnover on the Lions as it is Acree with the flush for the Terriers. 37-18. 19-point lead. Carterville gets it down low, and Beasley with the little layup.
That's their first field goal with 3:10 to go in the third quarter.
17-point lead. Acree, top of the key, left hand behind the back dribble. Carterville needs to step up the defense. They find a man wide open down low. That's Pinnock. He kicks it out. That's going to be Bean that fires from three. In, out, no good. Acree with the rebound, and the putback is good. Somebody untie a shoe or something.
Well,
he's killing us. As Carterville has it, Johnson toward the right wing. Over to Blake Jackson. Fakes the three. Swing pass to Dylan Moore. To Beasley. Top of the circle. They work it back around to Jackson. Jackson to Beasley. Takes it to the elbow. Kick out pass to Dylan Moore. He floats in and gets a little bank shot. That's good for Dylan Moore.
Yeah, it's good to see the sophomore get a basket here in the game tonight.
Just needs something good to happen here over the course of the next 10 minutes of this clock time. 2 minutes, 2:05 left in the third. 39-22. We have a timeout that is called by head coach Jim Miller. It's a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale, they offer a variety of business and personal banking services, including checking accounts, online banking, and mobile banking. For more information, stop by the Carterville Banking Center or visit the website tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We talked about at the start of the third quarter, Carterville had to come out, start hitting some shots, get some stops defensively, and really just the opposite has happened. Carterville with only 2 field goals in this third quarter, those coming within the last 2 minutes. Well, actually last minute and 6 seconds. Carbondale is just a very talented team, and a lot of things were going to have to happen for Carterville to pull the upset tonight. One of those is Carbondale is going to have to play not very good. Well, they've played very well.
They've played very well. They have the basketball with 2:04. They get it into Darius Bean. He's guarded by Blake Jackson, fights his way through the screen. They're trying to isolate him, get him open, back to Bean toward the right wing. Left-hand dribble, fakes it, tipped away by Jackson. He goes after it, and we've got the ball's going to belong to the Carbondale Terriers. Didn't know if that official was going to call a foul there or not.
Yeah, I was a little concerned. Jackson with great hustle, just couldn't come up with it.
Owsley is going to trigger the inbounds for the Terriers, gets it into Relaford, and up top of the circle to Acree. That is Relaford, guarded by Beasley. Over to the left side, Bean has it. Left wing, guarded by Jackson, takes it around toward the right, gets a break toward the bucket, throws it up, gets the bucket, gets the foul, will go to the line.
Well, you just got to hand it to Bean. He's just a very good player. And, when Carterville played them in December, Bean really wasn't even a factor in that game as much as he has been in this one. He's really turned it on recently.
He had 14 points in that game.
And it was a quiet 14.
Misses the free throw, 41-22. Carterville has the ball. They get it down low to Heil on the right block. He's able to work his way in, misses the bank shot, and then he goes after the ball after the rebound and gets a foul. Frustration foul on Taylor Heil. The 16th foul. They're saying that's a third foul on Heil. I've got him for 2. 1:14. Carterville forces a turnover. The fourth, Heil goes to the rack for the flush, and he's blocked by Acree, and we've got a technical foul called on Acree. As I think he kind of looked at Heil, stood over the top of him, and I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, you can't taunt a player, and I think that's exactly what he did.
Well, assistant coach for Carbondale, chatting at Mr. Acree. I believe that's Ryan Thomas. And the officials are talking to Miller. So at the line is Heil. He misses the free throw. Heil has a second on the technical. And that's good. Maybe this is something that fires up the Lions.
Well, what I would like to see in the last 9 minutes and 10 seconds of this ball game, Carterville just lay it all on the line. Play as hard as you have all year. Just go wide open, because for the seniors, this is the last time you're going to get to play on this floor.
So Taylor's free throws were on the foul, on the shot. Brendan Beasley is shooting the free throws for the technical. Second one is on the way, and I believe it's possession as well.
Yep, Carterville will keep
to the Lions. So this can be a 4-point, could have been a 6-point swing. Jim Miller talking to his troops just below us here. Carterville fans saying, come on, boys, let's go. Let's do something. 1:10 left. Carbondale fans are saying to their boys, come on, boys, do something. Let's close this out. 41-25, 1:09 left. Carterville basketball. Beasley has it, left-hand dribble toward the left side. Over to Blake Jackson, left wing. Right-hand dribble, back to Beasley. Cuts it at the corner. Off to Heil. 18-footer floater, no good. And the rebound comes off to Darius Bean. Quickly into the front court. To the free throw line. Jump shot. In, out, no good. Heil, rebound. Carterville on the run once again. Jackson finds, that is Henderson who misses a layup. Oh, that was a nice pass from Blake Jackson, and we have a foul. Oh, no, it's not a whistle. I thought I heard a whistle. Carbondale with the basketball, 33 seconds left. Boy, the Lions had a great opportunity there, but they missed the layup. Henderson, who just checked in for Carterville. We have
5 second
a 5-second call. That's a turnover. I've got him for 5 here in the second half.
Yeah, and Carterville's only turned the ball over once.
Yes.
So you look how Carbondale has expanded this lead. It's come down to what has plagued the Lions all night long. Poor shooting from the outside.
And inside. They've missed two layups. Hiles missed one. Henderson misses that opportunity. But maybe start to feel the momentum switch just a little bit here as we head toward the fourth quarter. 13 seconds left here. Carterville basketball. Beasley drives, gets the man in the air. The reverse layup is good by Beasley. He's got 8 points here in the third quarter. Carterville quickly into the front court. Bean, his jumper no good, and he's fouled by Justin Johnson and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 here at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, Bean got the ball and went about 3/4 of the length of the floor. The thing you have to do with Bean, I know there wasn't much time left, you have to stop, you have to make him pass the ball, and he actually initiated the contact on the foul.
First free throw from Bean is no good. 41-27. He's got one more coming. Both teams are on the sideline. Bean is the only player on the floor. He's outmanned by 3 officials, I can tell you that. Maybe that's how you stop him. Second one is good for the Terriers. 42-27. That's how we end the third quarter. We'll be back. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Let's go one here.
What's up? How's it going? We're hot. We're just cold. Can't get in here. Heard you give a shout out to Poplar.
Back at Carterville High School, heading to the fourth quarter. This is the last quarter of basketball for one of these two teams. Who's it going to be, Scott Hudson?
Well, Carterville's going to have to pull off the comeback of the century to win this game. Down by 15, you got to get a lot of stops and hit a lot of shots.
Relaford has it for the Terriers to start play. 42-27 the score. The shot is no good. Rebound comes off of, they're going to say it was off of Carbondale. I think they got away with one. I thought it was off of Carterville, but we'll take it. That's a good start.
Yeah, I agree. I also thought he may have gotten fouled once he got into the lane.
So Carterville basketball, 42-27. Kind of felt a little bit of momentum kind of work toward the Lions' way. Justin Johnson finds, gets it out to Beasley. Kick out pass to Johnson, fires from 3. Good for Justin Johnson.
That's only Carterville's second 3 of the game.
Down 12, 42-30. Carbondale with the basketball. Like I said, can fatigue affect 16, 17-year-old boys?
Oh, man. I thought that ball was off a Pinnock.
Yeah, I could have went either way.
Well, see, I've got my orange and blue contact lenses.
Oh,
that's why.
Oh, I should have known. I need to put mine in. Bean drives. Reverse layup is good. Man, he's just so good.
Yeah.
Just fun to watch. 44-30. Carterville down 14. Some momentum in Carterville's way. Beasley, left-hand layup, no good, too strong. And it is Pinnock that comes off with the ball, but a turnover on the Terriers. Blake Jackson gets it, puts it back in. Carterville down 12 once again.
Carbondale
44-32.
Trouble.
And Carbondale's having problems. That ball's turned over. Oh, it breaks the timeline, comes right to Darius Bean. Carterville's picking up the defensive pressure. That's what it is. They work it back around to Owsley. Now left side, Relaford toward the left baseline. Loses the handle, gathers it back up. Guarded by Beasley, throws it off Beasley's leg. It's going to belong to the Carbondale Terriers.
Well, it didn't take long from Coach Miller to bring in Acree.
Nope.
I've seen enough.
I got a 10-second breather. I'll be good, Coach. Dylan Moore checks out, gets a hand slap from Shane Hawkins. Dylan Valerius, wearing number 44, checks in for the Lions. 6:17 remaining, a 12-point lead for the Terriers. Within striking distance, completely capable of getting back in this game. The Lions fans, the student section on the far side, loud and proud in the orange and blue tonight. Bounce pass down low to Acree, bank shot is good. 46-32. He's got 22 in the game.
He makes it look so easy.
He does make it look easy. Carterville basketball. Heil over to Johnson. Right side to Jackson. Give and go to Johnson. Takes it, lays it home. Justin Johnson, his second bucket of the quarter.
Carbondale's getting a little lazy on defense.
Yeah, they are. Ball's tipped away, but controlled by the Terriers. Relaford, top of the circle, guarded by Beasley. Left, right with the dribble. Can they get the trap? They try, they miss it. They get it to Owsley. He's going to back it out to Relaford. Top of the circle, back to Darius Bean. He's guarded by Blake Jackson. Wants to get the pick and does. Switch by the defense and a foul on Brennan Beasley. That's going to be his third. It's going to be the 8th team foul. And Bean is going to be at the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
And not a whole lot you can do there. I mean, you got to pick your poison. Do you foul him and send him to the free throw line, or do you let him beat you on the dribble drive and maybe shoot from 5 feet out?
At least you stop the clock.
Yeah, that's true.
First one is good. 47-34, 13-point lead. One more can stretch it out to 14. Been an entertaining game. Second is good. Again, the second semifinal game tomorrow night. The Marion Wildcats taking on the Benton Rangers. I saw Marion head coach Dave Brown here earlier. Ball tipped out of bounds. I don't know why there wasn't a foul call on Baltz as he slams into Heil, but
yeah, I've never seen Taylor lurch forward like that on his own, so I'm guessing there had to be a shove.
I've played golf with him, and I can almost imagine his dance moves aren't that good. So, well, whistle a foul on the backside of the play.
I think I'll call Bean for coming around the back of Jackson trying to steal the ball.
Third foul on Darius Bean, the 6th team foul. Oop, 7th, 8th. Boy, I missed a couple. That's the 18 foul. So Jackson's at the line, shooting the 1-and-1, hits the first of, gets the bonus now. 48-35, a 13-point lead for the Terriers. The second is cut to 12 by Blake Jackson. Carterville, man-to-man, full-court press, 4:48 left, 48-36, a 12-point lead. Carbondale breaks the timeline into the front court to Bean, spin move down the baseline, kicks the pass out to Relaford. Don't know how he even got that pass.
I don't know. Looks like Gumby out there the way he twists and turns.
Acree across the top of the line, and we have a whistle and a foul on the Carterville Lions. Foul is on number 5. That's Justin Johnson, his 4th, 9th team foul. Acree will be at the line, shooting the 1-and-1.
And they are a good free throw shooting team. So
yeah, they are.
You have to hope that maybe they miss a couple on the front end, and maybe you go down and get a couple threes. And
they're 11 for 14 on the quick count. First one is on the way. Good. So he gets the bonus. If he makes it, that will put the Terriers at the 50-point mark with 4:30 left in this ball game. Second from Acree's on the way. And it's good. 50-36, 14-point lead. Carterville needs to go. Can't waste a lot of time. Dylan Moore, right wing. Carbondale going to back off into the zone. Man-to-man, though, on the point. They work it out front to Justin Johnson. Back to Blake Jackson, right wing. Little push off, not called. Beasley has it now between the legs. Shake and bake into the paint. Drives the lane right. Hand runner is good by Beasley.
Tough shot by Beasley. Carterville's made 4 of their 5 shots here in the fourth quarter.
They're down 12 once again. 3:52 remaining. Into the lane. Acree makes the right-hand runner. We got a timeout, or the ball actually goes into the crowd. Officials need to gather it in.
So again, nobody stopped the dribble drive by Acree. He got the ball, went right down the lane, and made a nice shot.
Carterville into the front court. Beasley has it. Back to a 14-point lead. Justin Johnson, top of the circle to Taylor Heil, who comes out across the top of the three-point line. Beasley gets it to Jackson. Back to Beasley toward the left corner. Wants to drive the baseline, backs it up. Nice trap there defensively by the Terriers. Swing out, pass out front, and they turn it over. Here come the Terriers, and the flush from Darius Bean.
Their speed and quickness has just been too much tonight for Carterville.
Yes, it has been. That was a big bucket. Beasley fires from 3, in, out, no good. Rebound comes off to the Terriers. Once again, it's Bean into the front court. Top of the circle, Acree with the ball. Looks for the Terriers to come out defensively. Under 3 to go, 54-38. Time is ticking for these Carterville seniors. The shot no good. Heil gets the rebound. What a career Taylor Heil has had here at Carterville High School. Carterville with the basketball. Jackson fires. Foul, makes the 3, and is going to go to the line for the 4-point play.
That's Carterville's second 3 in this fourth quarter. They only had 1 in the first 3 quarters. Carterville's down by 13, looking to cut it to 12.
Big shot. Dylan Valerius is coming in. Going to give Justin Johnson a bit of a breather. 2:41 on the clock. Both teams with 9 fouls. The foul was on Relaford. That's his 4th. His 3rd. Second, or the free throw from Jackson is good. A 12-point lead once again for the Terriers. Carterville's going to have to step up the D. They need points on the board. They get it into the paint to Owsley. They work it around to Relaford. Over to Bean. Bean is guarded by Blake Jackson. Drives, they give him just the lane. The right-hand layup is charged. That's a charging foul on Bean. That's going to be his 4th, the 10th team foul.
Now, there's really no need for Carbondale to even go towards the basket. Force Carterville to foul you. You've got a 12-point lead. Yep. You've got great ball handlers. Why even make that play when it's not necessary?
Carterville basketball. Down 12. They can get to within single digits here. On a 3-pointer. Beasley drives down the lane. Right-hand layup, no good. And the rebound controlled by the Terriers. Into the front court, Acree with the basketball. 2 minutes exactly left in the season for one of these two teams. And right now, looking like it may be the last game for the Lions as Dylan Moore fouls Owsley. He's going to go to the line. Dylan Moore with his first foul of the game, 10th team foul on the Lions.
Well, regardless of the outcome, the one thing I like is the way the Lions played in the fourth quarter. They kept fighting, they kept clawing, and they almost got it down to single digits. But Carbondale's just been strong from start to finish. But at least the Lions didn't fold the tents and go home. They played hard to the finish.
Owsley's at the line. His first free throws off the back of the iron, no good. It's actually his first free throw of the game. May actually be his first attempt at a shot in the game. Carterville fans on the student section are on their feet. They haven't given up. The second one is no good, but the rebound comes off of Dylan Moore, and a timeout is called by head coach Jim Miller. It's a full timeout. We'll take a break as well. It is 54-42, a 12-point Terrier lead with 1:51 left. Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF 60.
Well, Edmonton's winning 2-1 now.
Tornado warning for northern Jackson County. Okay. Okay. .151 remaining in the ball game, 54-42. That is the score. The Carbondale Terriers lead by, as we're under 2 minutes left. Understand some severe weather starting to break into the area. Jackson County, you're under the gun. Northern Jackson County up around Ava, up in that area. Be on the lookout here this evening. Hopefully we'll get this game wrapped up here this evening. Quickly, Bean has it for the Terriers. We have a foul on Dylan Moore as he fouls Owsley. That's a good one to foul. He missed both his free throws a while ago. Dylan Moore has his second foul of the game.
Owsley missed both free throws, but he got his own rebound off the second miss as it was a long rebound. Kind of the way the night's gone for Carterville, especially in the first quarter. Carterville had a lot of open looks, just couldn't get them to go.
Owsley's first free throw gets it to fall. 55-42, 13-point lead. Valerius checks out. Second one from Seth Owsley is good. 56-42, a 14-point lead, a minute and a half. Carterville can waste no time. They need to be launching shots here. Taylor Howe has it. Gets it to Beasley. He drives, gets a run at the lane, backs it up, loses the handle, turns it over. Quickly, the outlet pass comes to Bean. He can't handle it. It's a turnover on the Terriers. I got him for 6.
I got him for 8.
All right,
Either way, Carterville has not taken advantage of those in the second half.
No, they have not. 110. 14-point lead. Beasley over to Blake Jackson. He fires it from 3 off the front of the iron. No good.
So it went over the backboard.
Didn't hit anything, though.
No. I guess they're going to say it went over the back of the backboard, so they're going to give Carbondale the
basketball. 102, 62 seconds remaining in the Lions season, and we have a foul from behind on Taylor Heil. His third. Well, Carbondale is going to advance on to take on the Benton Rangers or the Marion Wildcats. That game is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
That should be a dandy.
That is going to be a good ball game. And that game, the championship game of the regional, will be on Friday night. Second free throw is no good. Carterville gathers in the rebound. Under a minute to go. Do you believe in miracles?
Where's Al Michaels when you need him?
I do believe in miracles, but I don't know that the good Lord has a 14-point shot that can win this game. I wished he would unveil one that's here.
That's just 2 touchdowns, Dave. It's not that hard.
So Carbondale's going to run the clock down. 35 seconds left. They're a good ball team. It's going to be fun to watch how these Terriers advance, if as they do, in the finals game of the regional on Friday night. And they're a good team. They're a little bit short on the bench.
Right.
As
that would be what would probably keep them from going deep into the playoffs. Is that they don't have a lot of depth.
Justin Johnson checks out, gets a hand slap from his teammates. Here comes Connor Henderson into the game. JJ heads to the end of the bench. So at the line for the Terriers, Mr. Icree. First free throw by Icree is good.
And Dave, while I'm thinking about it, I definitely don't want to forget this. Being my first year here at Carterville working with you, I want to say a big thank you to Blake Jackson, Taylor Heil, Brendan Beasley for making our weekends a heck of a lot of fun.
Blake Jackson has just played his last game as a Carterville Lion. He heads to the end of the bench. Gets a back slap from JJ. Second free throw is on the way, no good. Heil with the rebound, a timeout as Coach Hawkins wants to get a replacement in. And that is going to be Mr. Garby, the senior, the 6'6" senior, Taylor Heil. Checks out for the final time for these Carterville Lions. Gets a hug from Luke Ford, who's been injured and hasn't been able to play the last couple of weeks. It's met by Blake Jackson.
Mr. Consistency.
57-42, under 30 seconds to go. Dylan Moore has it on the right wing. Congratulations to those three seniors. They played hard. They played for 3 head coaches in 3 years. And wherever their future takes them, we wish them well. They've served their Carterville Lions and this community proud as Carterville Lions, and we just thank them for everything that they've done. The 3 ball is no good by the Lions at the buzzer. 57-42 is the final. The Carbondale Terriers move on to the final game of the regional tournament. They'll take on the winner of the Benton Rangers and the Marion Wildcats. That game is tomorrow night here at Carterville High School. Post-game show next on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 3 minutes here, please. 3. What's new on the weather? Okay.
Good seeing you, man. All right, take care.
Back at Carterville High School, my name is Dave McKenzie. Scott Hudson alongside. 57-42, the 15-point win for the Carbondale Terriers, and that puts a wrap on the Lions season of Carbondale, though. Very impressive. Couple of really good ball players in Cree and Bean, and then they've got a nice supporting cast. They do what's expected of them, but they handled the Lions tonight by 15.
Yeah, they not only is Bean and Cree very good ball players, but they have very good role players as well. Players like Relaford, Baltz, Owsley, Pinnock, they know what their role is on this team. They're not going to come out there and try to be the star. They're going to let Acree and Bean be those guys, but they're just so talented. They're so quick. They're so fast. They can shoot the ball well, not only from the field, but from the free throw line, as we saw tonight. The one thing they don't have is a true big man, and they're not very deep on their bench. But that may not be enough to keep them from winning the regional here. But give Carterville credit. In the fourth quarter, Carterville kept fighting back, almost cut the lead to single digits at one point, but just too much Acree, too much Bean, and hats off to them. They deserve the win tonight.
It was quite the season for the for your Carterville Lions. Their season comes to an end, and we said once again, tomorrow night is the other semifinal. Carbondale will find out who they're going to play, and that will be the winner of the Benton and Marion Wildcat game, as Carterville is going to finish their season 17-14 on the year. And Scott, it's been quite the year for these Lions.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster ride, really, of emotions and wins and losses. You know, I go back to the big win at Nashville, the first time they've won at Assembly Hall back in December. That got the ball rolling. Played very well at the Duster Thomas Classic over the holiday break. And then they kind of really went into the West Frankfort Midwinter, and that was a real stinker of a week for Carterville. I think anybody would admit that. And then from that point, they had some good wins, they had some bad losses. But I really thought they started to come together late in the season. And it took them a while to adjust to Luke Ford not being in the lineup. Players got more playing time because of that. They had to adjust to that. But I was really impressed with the way the Lions played the last 3-4 games of the season, not quitting and finding ways to win close games like Massac last night and at Heron last week.
We understand that there's some severe weather in the area. Tornado warning that is issued for northern Jackson County. And from what we understand, a report of a tornado on the ground south of Rockwood, Illinois, over in that area. So keep your radios here on News Radio WJPF. Our First Alert Storm Center will keep you up to date, as will the National Weather Service. We are waiting on head coach Shane Hawkins to join us here on our postgame show. We need to choose our Joe's Lawn Care Player of the Game as well. And I think the other night we did this, and I think we can probably go on and do it. I'd like to give it to our three seniors. They played hard. They didn't quit, and they carried this team this season. Blake Jackson, Taylor Heil, Brendan Beasley. Going to miss those guys. They're all three very good ball players. And can't wait to see what the future holds for all three of them. If they're going to go on and play some round ball somewhere, who knows? I know Blake's a big fisherman. He wants to be out on the lake. But Taylor Heil, I know, has aspirations to play ball. Brendan wants to go on and play ball at the next level as well. And we will always keep you up to date on what our Lions do once they graduate and head off to wherever the future takes them. But here tonight, their high school basketball career comes to a close, 57-42. Our three seniors, Blake Jackson, Taylor Heil, Brendan Beasley, are Joe's Lawn Care players of the game. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Call 534-8148 for Joe's Lawn Care. Joe and Lindsey McCann, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions. They've been serving Southern Illinois for the past 20-plus years. They do commercial and residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, spring and fall cleanups. They do snow removal, property maintenance, bush hogging, bush hedge trimming, also tree trimming and removal. They do equipment repair. They do it all, and they do it well. We ask you to give them a call, 534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Joe's Lawn Care, sponsor of our player of the game. And thank you, Joe, for coming on board with us this season. We truly appreciate that. But our seniors, our players of the game.
Well, again, my first year here, enjoyed the heck out of it. Enjoyed watching those seniors play. They all went through some forms of adversity, but they all fought through it. They all became, I think, better players and better individuals for it. And I wish them nothing but the best on whatever they choose to do after high school. It was just a lot of fun covering those three this year. They all brought something a little different to the team, and they all did it very well.
Still lots of people roaming the floor. I think they're waiting for the players to come out of the locker room. I've not seen one of the players yet, as I'm sure that there's some emotions going on in that Lions locker room and emotions in that Carbondale locker room as well. They advance on. And I really have enjoyed watching and following the Carbondale Terriers this year, the opportunities we've got to see them play, and listening to our buddy Roger Medlin and Brent Jackson next to us. And we will continue to listen to them for the rest of the season as far as that goes for the Terriers. But tonight, it was all Terriers, 57-42, the 15-point lead and win. And they advance on to the regional finals that will be Friday night. We'll have the action, you and I will, here on our YouTube channel. We're going to have tomorrow night's Marion-Benton game on the YouTube. You can watch live. Tomorrow, I'm assuming you can just go on, I'm just saying right now, if you want to search Benton Rangers versus Marion Wildcats regional semifinal. That will be how I'll set that up. But we invite you to come on and join us tomorrow night. Scott and I will have the play-by-play and the video, and that should be a dandy ball game right there.
Should be a really good game. Marion, a lot like Carterville, they've had a roller coaster season. Go back a couple of weeks ago, they knocked off Cahokia in double overtime at Marion. Cahokia near the top of the South 7 Conference. The very next night, they make the long trip to Meridian, a 1A school, and the Bobcats knock them off. It's really a microcosm of Carterville's season as well, but Marion has the talent to play with and beat a Benton team. Of course, I've said all along, Benton has to feel like they've got a chip on their shoulder. 27 wins. Hey, you're the number 4 seed, so you're going to have to prove to us that you are worthy of something a little higher. But that should be a good game tomorrow night.
The Nashville Hornets beat Pinckneyville tonight, 43-40. That knocks Pinckneyville out. They're done.
They're done. And you hear this saying a lot in whatever sport at whatever level. It's hard to beat a good team 3 times. Pinckneyville had knocked off Nashville twice. The last time in overtime, Nashville gets them in the most important of those 3 matches at Nashville tonight.
Wow. So the Pinckneyville Panthers season comes to a close in 2A, I believe.
Yep.
And Nashville will continue. Just goes to show you how big that win was earlier in the season for the Lions against the Nashville Hornets. And we are going to go on and take another break. And when we come back, we're waiting on head coach Shane Hawkins to join us here on our postgame show. 57-42 was the final. We'll continue on our postgame show next on News Radio WJPF. Back at Carterville High School, we're waiting on head coach Shane Hawkins to join us here on our postgame show. Of course, we still have a tornado warning that's in effect, and I was just looking at the radar. It's northern Jackson County, and it's moving to the northeast. And Perry County, you're the next ones under the gun. Elkville, DuQuoin, Pinckneyville, there's a whole cluster of some thunderstorms. Getting a report there was a tornado on the ground near Ava. And that is within the last few minutes. So please keep an eye to the sky here over the next few hours, as we do have this severe weather that we've been waiting on all day long. And it's as the day is gone, the talk about it has been a little bit more severe, but we'll keep you up to date here on News Radio WJPF. You can tune into any of the river radio stations as our First Alert Storm Center will fire up and keep you up to date here this evening. Here come the Carterville Lion players out of the locker room. I see Luke Ford. What a fun year it was to watch Luke this year until he hurt his foot, Scott, and he had just gotten better and better and better. But let me tell you what, the kid's got 17
I saw that today.
Division I scholarship offers this year. Heck, he's probably picked up another one here tonight while we were doing this, the way things have gone. Good luck to him, and he's going to be fun to watch playing football next year and see all these offers come in for Luke Ford. Just kind of a somber night here at Carterville High School as the Terriers get to win 57-42 over your Carterville Lions. Shane Hawkins joins us here now. Coach, 57-42, the final. Yeah, you know it. At some point it's got to come to a close, but I was really hoping it wouldn't be tonight.
As I told our kids, as we got back in the locker room, I'm the world's worst about talking after the end of the season because I'm never prepared for it, and I never go into a game thinking this is going to be the end of the season for us. And they just we had to make them make jumpers, and they made a bunch of jumpers the first half, and everything that we've scouted and watched in film, and it's they're so good in transition. They're so good at the rim, and then they just, I think Acree hits 3 threes and Bean hits a couple, and they did it at the beginning. Relaford hits one right off the get-go, and that's the kid we're kind of cheating off of, and
he grabs your attention.
Yeah, when that one goes in, it's like, we may be in trouble here, and it's funny the difference 24 hours will make, because we had the same shots tonight that went in last night, and just couldn't seem to get one to fall. It was, I think last night we were pretty contagious. We got a couple. Blake hit a couple to get us going, and then JJ hit one, and Beasley hit a couple, and we couldn't get off a snide tonight. We could never get that first one to go, and they're so athletic. They're a really good basketball team. I know they play 6 guys, but those 6 guys are really, really good.
Coach, I was really happy and proud for your ball club in that fourth quarter. It could have been, we know what's coming. We're going to fold the tents. We're just going to take it. But I tell you what, your team fought and clawed it, almost cut it to a single-digit lead. They're a little past the midway point of the fourth quarter. But your kids just played hard to the end, and I'm sure as a coach that's got to make you proud.
Yeah, and it's just like we kept waiting for that one shot to fall, and it was. I think we had a chance to maybe get it under 10, and you get it to 10, and crazy things happen in this game, and you're dealing with 16 and 17, 18-year-old kids, and but that's a testament to our kids. Is I thought their mindset changed from the beginning of the year. That when things didn't go well for us early, we tended to let the avalanche keep on building. And the last month of the season, I didn't think that was the case. I thought they just kept continuing to fight, and obviously it was a lot more fun last night when they were fighting to hang on and find a way to win, or it was more fun Friday night when they were fighting on to find a way to end at the end, and than it is tonight. But I'm so happy for and proud of our seniors. And
I was just going to say, let's talk about your seniors.
Yeah, it's they've been through. Nobody designs it where you have 3 head coaches in 3 years, and the fact that from day one they allowed me to coach them, and I'm well aware I am very difficult to play for. I understand. I'm not sure I can play for myself, and I really like the game. But
I don't think you could now with your bad knee.
No, knee. That's what it is. Bad knee. Yeah, that's what it is. Ankle or back or foot or whatever. But you know what? those seniors, they were our leaders. They allowed me to coach them, and they brought the younger guys with them. They've kind of set the bar of what our expectations are and how hard that we're going to play. And I told our guys earlier in the year, I thought maybe that was probably as hard. We got to get into games, and I thought we got our guys to the level they had never played that hard in their lives. And I still stand by that. And they continue to play that hard. And it's just a testament to our three seniors for being leaders when they could have been the first ones to fold their tent just because of the adversity they had gone through in the last in their high school careers. And they didn't do that individually. They didn't do it as a group of seniors. And then they didn't allow the younger guys to do it either. And so they've definitely set the bar for our program, and they've set it awful high. And those three guys will be very, very successful in life. And yes, we want to be successful in basketball, but if we can teach them or if we can give them the skills to take from the basketball court into life, and you can make the right decisions and understand how hard how hard you have to work to be successful, then sometimes wins and losses don't matter.
Let's talk about your first season here at Carterville. What your expectations versus what the reality was? What's the difference?
Well, I have very high expectations, and maybe sometimes unfairly. I'm really aware of that. And sometimes I don't always enjoy the ride as much as I should. Sometimes, and I tried to do that a little bit more this year, is kind of enjoy those wins a little bit more and allow our guys to enjoy them a little bit more. And my mind works a little differently. My mind's always working for the next game and the next practice or whatever. And I think our guys, they kind of helped me along with that this year. And to go in the locker room at Nashville after a big road win and dance around the locker room with our guys, that was new to me. But I knew that was important for our guys because it was an unbelievable win for us at the time. And so I've learned just as much about our team and myself as hopefully they have, and I'm very proud of where they are. And I think they've set the table for our expectations. And we told them the other day, even going to Heron, yes, it was a big win, but it can't. Our expectations have to be when we take the floor, we expect to win. And I think our seniors over the course of the year have helped get us to that mindset.
Coach, I know you and I are kind of the newbies here in Carterville this year, and I know I speak for Dave when I say this, but, through good times and bad times this year, you're always willing to come up here and talk to us, and I really appreciate that, and I want to say thanks on a great season, and appreciate all you've done for Dave and I on the broadcast this year.
Well, you guys have made my job easy, no question about that, and, it's easy to come and talk to you guys. It really is, and so I'm the one that's fortunate here to have you guys with us, and you guys pop into practice and see us, and that's I want this. I want our basketball family. I want it to be a select group, but I also want it to those guys who are close to the program, and obviously we think of you guys as part of our basketball family as well, and I want to thank you guys for all the support you've given me in our ball club throughout the season, and hopefully we've kind of set our level of expectations, and we'll get to work here in a couple of weeks after we get back from spring break, and now we have a kind of a mindset of where our program's at.
Head coach Shane Hawkins. Season comes to a close, 57-42. Thank you, brother.
It's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you guys so much, and thanks to our fans. I thought our student section, continued to get better as the season went on, and obviously our adult fans were good tonight. And we want to make this the thing to do on a Friday night in the winter. We want to make this the place to be, and I think we're getting there. It's going to take a little time, and I'm just not a real patient person sometimes, but we're making strides, no question. So thank you guys, and thanks to Lion Nation out there.
Shane Hawkins joining us on our post-game show. One update weather-wise, we just received word that there's a report of a tornado on the ground at Virgins, moving toward the northeast. That direction would put it on the path toward the Perry County, DuQuoin area. Weather Service has issued a tornado warning. Virgins going to the northeast toward the DuQuoin area. So again, we ask that you please, we're done here. If your radios get to a good, strong radio signal that you can get your details, and we will keep you up to date here in our First Alert Storm Center. For my producer engineer back at the station all season long, Robert Teese, thank you so much. Brother, it's been a pleasure to work with you. For my Amy that takes care of the video with us here, and she's just unbelievable putting up with me during the sports season. For my new partner, Scott Hudson, brother,
man,
it's been a pleasure.
It was enjoyable. I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade a minute of it.
Football season starts in
That's
August.
right.
We're not too far off.
That's right.
And just to you, the listeners, to everybody that's watched on YouTube, glad that it's worked out the way it has, and we'll find ways to make it better for you come August for that first football game. But for everybody involved, for Carterville Lions fans, for the athletes, for Shane Hawkins, Brett Dial, Todd Rogers, the Carterville High School board, we appreciate their support and the things that they do for our kids in our community. Fall season is over for the Carterville Lions, 57-42. Thank you for listening to Lions Sports, only on News Radio WJPF and YouTube.